All right, good evening everyone and welcome back once again to TCR Trinity Competitive Racing, and we are here in Season 12 for Round 3 at the Canadian GP. We are at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Quebec in Canada. Welcome everyone to, I guess what they would call here, la crème de la crème of what we have to offer here in TCR. It's our Platinum class. These guys are driving with no assists. They are the top of the top that we have to offer in TCR, and I'm excited to see what they can show us here tonight in Canada. It's a very interesting track. It's quite technical. It's very tricky. There's a bunch of curbs you have to completely avoid, and on top of everything, we're also racing with the strict corner cutting rules tonight, so that will be a great recipe for a lot of action. So welcome everyone, it's William Machine with you guys tonight in the Platinum class once again, and with me in the booth is Seafreeze going back to back with the commentaries. Welcome once again.
Thank you for that great introduction. Yeah, a little back-to-back, a little belly-to-belly tonight. Back-to-back comms. I'm excited for the Platinum class. It was only a matter of time until I got myself into the Platinum booth. I missed out the first two rounds, giving some other guys a chance at it, but man, I was rubbing my hands together, waiting to get into a Platinum class commentary, and the Canadian Grand Prix is tonight, usually later in the season for the TCR schedule. This season it is actually the third round, so it's interesting, a lot earlier on, so that'll be a little bit different for us, and yeah, I'm excited to see what these drivers have on store. We're running the strict limits tonight, a few different strategies we saw throughout the other two classes of silver, gold, so yeah, we'll see how the Platinum serves us tonight.
Ooh, Assassin there having a little bit of trouble on his first hot lap as he was making his way around turns 6 and 7, and now running through turns 8 and 9 there, clearing it. So far did not invalidate his time. He did invalidate on his out lap, but he's setting a purple sector 1 so far. Assassin is really pushing this season. We've seen a lot of great pace from him, but unfortunately it hasn't really turned out to give him too many points so far. So we will see how he does here tonight as he comes in through the last chicane on the track, brushing the wall on the outside of the wall of champions there, and he sets the first hot lap we've got here tonight with a 107.986. Not too shabby at all, even though he made a couple of mistakes on that one. He was a little bit tricky out of turn 7 and a little bit of a brush there with the wall of champions at the end of the lap. So we will wait and see what he can do. Maybe he can improve by a couple more tenths there. Secret right now making his way around the hairpin and out into the DRS zone for the first time, and he's on a medium tire, so he's trying to see if maybe that alternate strategy could work out here tonight. And Bats Plus has just set a medium time. Oh, Secret invalidates on his entry into turn 13, and that is going to be that lap over. But on the mediums, I notice you can always push for another lap, and sometimes they even give you a much better time on your second lap out.
Yeah, we saw Bats Plus do that last night as well in the Golden class. Qualified on the mediums. He was able to, I think, get to the second row. Unfortunately, got taken out a little bit, dropped down the line on the opening lap. But if you can get track position, the alternate strategy could do you pretty well. You just have to watch out, like I said, on the opening lap. But right now, 6th. He might need to revert to the softs tonight, just due to the increase in competition. The times are going to be a little closer and more competitive as last night. We have Breezy was able to get P2 in the Red Bull, and Stanley just jumps up to P3 after not having the best weekend last week out at Japan. He's back up there in 3rd at the moment.
Oh, we have Cameron spinning right on the exit of turn, what was that, 7 and 8? I guess he spun on the straight there. I'm not sure, maybe he made some contact with another car, but he's going to have to try again, and that was on a hot lap, so that's going to be a set of tires wasted. Let's go on board with Zeppelin now as he comes in through turns 1 and 2. The first couple of corners are quite tricky there. He catches the rear end as it tries to step out of him into turn 3 and 4. This is a dangerous 1-4, invalidating, and he invalidated that lap exactly on turn 4 there. Very, very dangerous place there. Very easy to invalidate. It's really a matter of millimeters around there that makes the difference. His teammate Bambuki in the other McLaren right now on the back straight opens up the DRS. He so far has not invalidated his lap. He's on a brand new set of soft tires. He's running into the last chicane now, a little bit wide on the entry, pretty good on the exit there. Almost touched the wall, keeping close to the wall there, and he goes into 6th position with a 109.039. So he's very, very close to Mebby and Stanley there, who are only a few thousandths of a second away. The weather looks a little bit interesting, to say the least. It looks kind of foggy, kind of gray. Do you think we might get a little bit of rain here?
At some point, potentially. I think it might stay dry for qualifying. It looks like we'll be able to get these next 11 and a half minutes out. My question is for the race. We saw, clean, dry race last night for Golden. I don't know about Silver too much. You would know more self, as you were the one out there. But I have a sense that we might get some rain tonight. Canada usually does give us some weather at some degree. But I just wanted to take this opportunity to say that, TCR is a North American-based league for the most part, and we do have a few Canadian drivers. Just wanted to say, wish them a good luck to their home races. We have 4 drivers running the Canadian flag, and tonight we have, that would be the Red Bull of Pratis, who sits himself P2 at the moment. We also have Chatty Duck in 7th in that Alfa Romeo that we usually see him in, and we also have Cameron in the AlphaTauri, and Zeppelin, which is formerly known as Mick Maracate, is what we usually know him as, but he's changed his name this year to Zeppelin. So those are the 4 Canadian drivers that run the flag, and Zeppelin, he's showing off tonight, P4. He must have done a little extra practice up to put himself right up there to P4.
Not bad at all. And speaking of those Canadian drivers that you mentioned, Apratis and Chatty Duck, of course, coming off of a podium last week at Japan. Apratis with the win, and Chatty was in 3rd place. So those 2 guys definitely have some opportunities here tonight. Passassin letting us know there is no prediction of rain in the race either. So that is interesting. So it's pretty much going to be a dry race. We've got 16 drivers on the grid here tonight. I'm sure it's going to be a very exciting Grand Prix. So far, silver and gold as well have been very, very full of action, with a lot of overtaking, a lot of battling, and a lot of action. So we'll see how that ends up. Another thing we've seen quite a bit of this week so far has been penalties coming into the Platinum class tonight. What do you think, Seafreeze? Are we going to see a few more of those, or is it going to be a little bit more cleaner?
Yeah, I don't know. It could go either way, I guess you can say. I mean, these guys are very competitive. We've had a lot of guys going for wins and still competing. If you look at the standings, it's still very close. Obviously, only 2 races in. We're only on the 3rd round with an off week next week. But I think it can go either way. I think the penalties, for someone to be successful in a long-term season, you have to be clean, because you can rack up all these penalties. It's just going to hurt you down the long run, and I think it should be a little bit better today. Hopefully, that's what I'm wishing for. We just wanted to see some great action. I think hopefully we'll get that today.
Absolutely, as 007 runs into the wall of champions right at the end of his lap. He's going to come to finish this one, but only good enough for 11th place. I wanted to jump on board here with Breezy, who's now coming through turns 3 and 4. Very smooth and very clean through there, as he now makes his way into turn 6 and 7. Getting a pretty good clean run through there as well. Opens up the DRS, and maybe we'll be able to complete this full lap in anger, so to speak, as we go into turns 8 and 9. Another chicane, and unfortunately an invalidation for Breezy. That was very, very unfortunate. His teammate, Apratis, making his way through 3 and 4. So far, good through there, and is slowing down. He's aborting. I'm not sure why he's decided to abort that lap. Was looking pretty good to me. But yeah, he's aborted that one. So I think the curse of the commentators continues from last night, from us trying to do a full lap with commentary. It just does not work. So I'm not sure.
We had a pretty bad go at it last time out last night. Me and Trunk, we were struggling out there. Every good thing we said just turned instantly bad on us, and it doesn't hurt us. You know, it doesn't matter to us, but it matters to the drivers. It was just so fun last night. A good thing to mention while you're on board with Breezy, Cameron in the AlphaTauri was able to set a good enough time for P4, an 8.7, but on the medium tires. So, like I stated a little bit earlier, if you can use track position, get a decent track position on the medium, the alternate strategy doesn't look too bad. So right now P4, Cameron, I know he's personally quick. He's very similar speeds to the guys at the top, but we haven't seen him put a race together yet. So I'm still interested to see what Cameron can do, because since we don't really have a track record of him. But I wouldn't count him out. You can see by his time, fourth on mediums is quite good, so we could only imagine what he would be able to do on the softs, only about a second or so off the pole time.
Oh, Zeppelin on the exit of turn 9, unfortunately touched the outside curb there, applied a little bit too much water. He went for a spin and cut some grass, the little grass that is available on this track to cut. But yeah, that's unfortunate for Zeppelin there. I was going to mention, if you look at the top right now, there's an interesting thing going on there. Passassin set that fastest time, a 107.986. That was the very first time set in this qualifying session. And he's been in the pit since then. He's just been chilling. He's waiting until the end to come out and possibly improve on that, but nobody else has been able to beat that time yet.
Yeah, that must be refreshing, right? Just go out on your first lap, nail it. That's a great lap. I'm gonna take the next 15 off. You know, why not? I mean, he's very close. He's still got a Pratis barely, less than a 10th off him. Bambuki sets up to 4th. So McLaren's going well here tonight, 4th and 6th, as well as the Alpine, 7 and 8. But surprised to see Meb. I think Meb and Sequit still have something more to prove here. P9 for Mebby. I think he can improve a little bit more if he can keep it validated. And Sequit is the only guy with no lap time. He's on a flyer right now. Let's see if he can get a lap on the board. Fastest first sector. Look at the back straight at the DRS.
He came very close to it validating there on turn 5 and 6, so he got to keep it really careful. Oh, there you go, in the validation.
You just had to say it, Blin, didn't you? Another maybe curse there, but yeah, he should have enough time to come back into the pits. It's quite a short lap around here at Canada, so he can hopefully get another set of softs and get another try at it.
Here comes Chatty Duck, clean through the last chicane, comes over to the line, currently sitting in 10th place. He improves to 7th with a 108.8, and he is only one on that medium tire in the top 10. That is a pretty good qualifying time on a medium tire. So if he can hang on to that, although the gap is very, very small between himself and Mebby in 10th, it's only about a 10th of a second. They're going to have a very close battle there. Breezy has just started another hot lap, coming now into turn 6 and 7. Getting a pretty good run through there. It seems a little bit slow, but maybe he is just sort of taking it nice and easy. No, I think he is possibly doing a second warm-up lap.
Mebe is on a lap in 10th. He's 3/10 up in the first sector.
And here he comes in.
10th now in the hairpin, yeah. He might even get some slipstream on, I think that's Passassin ahead if he can stay close. Nope, he doesn't even give it to him. So let's see if he can nail the last corner, keep it validated. And that would be a definite improvement here. No, he just decides to go right into the pit lane. Interesting. I thought he was up by 7/10 clear. Am I seeing that right?
Let's jump on board with Assassin, starting his hot lap now with 3 minutes to go in qualifying into turn 1 and 2, dropping it down into second gear, then quickly upshifting into fourth, a very quick double short shift. That was very interesting. Into turn 3 and 4, managing to keep it clean through there, no invalidation. Coming into the next chicane now, up turns 5 and 6. Very clean run through there. Oh, and a little bit of a touch on the outside curb there, and he bangs into the wall. I think he's going to abort this one, and he's got enough time to go for a second lap. We have Cameron, who's just invalidated his fast lap. Zeppelin is invalidated as well. Stanley is invalidated as well. Deathwish Tricky is slowing down, so he's not going for it yet. Sequit is about to start a hot lap, and I think this is going to be his last chance to put in the time. All right, here comes Sequit crossing the line now into turn 1. Oh, a little bit wide through there. Turn 2 though, nice and tight to the apex of the corner, getting a pretty good run now into turns 3 and 4. Again, gotta watch out here not to invalidate the lap. He gets a pretty good jump through there. Coming into the next couple of corners, this one has proved to be a little tricky for a few drivers over the course of this qualifying session, but he gets it pretty clean through there. Now opens up the DRS as well. Let's see, he's going to be finishing this Sector 2 in just a moment, and we will see what sort of time he's got through Sector 2. Of course, he doesn't have a Delta time, so we're not going to know how good it is. 40.3 for the second sector. It was not a purple time or anything else like that. Assassin retires from the session. He's currently on pole position. Apparatus not too far behind is about to start an out lap as well, or a hot lap, sorry. He's finishing up his out lap. Here comes Sequit with his only chance to post a time in this qualifying session. Sequit, good enough for 4th. That was nice. Very impressive there. Breezy on his hot lap now. Ooh, a little bit squiggly out the exit of turn 2. The back wanted to step out. He caught it there. Very wide and invalidated, unfortunately, through turn 4. Now, who else is going to be there? Apparatus. Apparatus is only, what is that, 40 thousandths of a second away from Assassin's time, so he could possibly be knocking him down for pole position.
He got Meb on a lap as well, 3/10 up in the first sector.
Oh, Apparatus didn't make it.
Did he not get to the line?
No, he did not make it. I think, no, Sequit has aborted his second run, so I think this is possibly it. We've only got a couple of other drivers running out there right now.
7/8 up. 7/8 up is Meb. That's going to put him in contention for pole. And definitely the front 2 rows. He's got 1 quarter to nail. So all pressure, all on the line. Spot it. Valid through the corner to the line. He holds on. Let's see what it's good for. P3 splits the Red Bulls. That's the second row in the grid.
And now we just wait to see if anyone else can possibly knock that. No, I think this is going to be it. Yeah. Bambuki is not pushing right now either. He's saving his ERS and his tires and everything else. So it's going to be Assassin up there in first with Apparatus in second, who did not get to start a lap unless our clock was lying to us. No, he definitely did not get to start a lap. Mebi is going to be in third and Breezy in fourth to round up the first 2 rows on the grid to start this Canadian Grand Prix. That is pretty exciting.
Yeah, 3/10 cover the top 5. Half a second cover the top 7. And a full second for the top 11 drivers. That's pretty close. Especially in that top 5. I think any of the top 5 have a nice shot at winning it here today. And if anything crazy happens, you never know.
Alright, if you guys are just joining us now, this is the end of the qualifying session here tonight for round 3 at the Canadian Grand Prix for season 12 in the Platinum class of TCR. And we're going to run you guys through the starting positions for the race here tonight. It's going to be Passassin on pole with a Prattis after getting a win last week. He's going to be starting in second and on the front row together with Passassin there. Maybe in third, Breezy in fourth. Sequid is going to be starting fifth. Chatty is going to be starting sixth. We have Bamboo KGB in eighth. Ninth is going to be Cameron. 10th is going to be Zeppelin. And then we have Stanley in 11th. Deathwish Tricky in 12th. Landon in 13th. FYKV in 14th. Bats Plus in 15th place. And 16th is going to be 007. So Bats Plus, after last night, I'm pretty sure he finished second in that race after Jose. So tonight, starting right at the back of the grid, it's going to be a lot of work for him.
Yeah, we saw him put on the mediums to start this session, trying to implement what he did last night. But I think the increase in speed and the increase in laps from these Platinum drivers kind of caught him off guard. And I think if he just would have went with the softs, it might have helped him out a little bit earlier on in the session. Because then if you do the medium, you have one or two less runs. It puts a lot of pressure on a lap that, you know, it's very easy to cut and get an invalidation.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. There might be some safety cars as well. We've seen, I think, a safety car in at least one safety car in every race we've had so far this week around Canada. So that could be expected here as well. But we've got 16 drivers getting ready right now, getting their strategies worked out. Most likely it's going to be a two-stop race for most of the drivers. Some of those that are starting on the medium tire, they possibly could go for a one-stop from medium to a hard tire, but honestly, the hard tire around here is pretty much useless. So I'm expecting to see most of our drivers doing a two-stop. I personally did a two-stop from a medium to a soft to another medium, and that worked out pretty well for me. We'll see how the other drivers are going to decide to go about it here tonight, but we've gotten a report that there's no rain expected, so it should be a nice dry race full of action here tonight for round 3 of season 12 in the Platinum class around the Canadian Grand Prix. Prattis starting in second position, the closest one to the win with the Canadian flag, so I'm sure he's going to be trying to go for that win here tonight. And of course, coming off of a win last week in Japan, that is a good amount of momentum to carry on. And himself and Breezy also leading the Constructors' Championship right now in their McLarens with 53 points to their name. We have Mebi and Deathwish in the, is that the Ferrari? Yeah, that's the Ferrari with 30 points to their name. So, and they're also tied actually for second place with the Alfa Romeo for also 30 points there. So very interesting. Lots of different battles going on. Breezy currently leading the drivers' standings with 33 points. Prattis in second with 25. Bamboo in third with 22. Sequid in fourth with 20 points. Mebi 18 points at fifth place. And then we have a tie in sixth for 007 and Chadidak at 15 each. Deathwish in eighth with 12 points. Stanley in ninth with 11. And Passassin rounding up the top 10 with 8 points to his name. So it's a very small gap after 2 rounds of racing at the top of the standings there. So anything can happen here tonight. Let's take a look at who is starting on what sort of tires. So of course we've got everybody in the top 10 who qualified on the soft is starting on that soft. Ecos Cameron is the only one who managed to make it into the top 10 on a medium tire. And then we have Stanley and Deathwish in 11th and 12th, also starting on a medium. FYKV starting on a medium. Look at that Bats Plus starting on a hard tire in 15th place. That's going to be an interesting strategy. We'll see if that will work out for him. And then 007 on a medium tire rounding out the grip in 16th place. Wow, I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, me too. This is going to be good. A lot of different strategies. We got a nice grid lined up. Got a lot of drivers who can compete for the win. 35 laps ahead. You got drivers maybe going for the 1, the 2 stop. You might throw a safety car in. I like to see what Bats Plus can do on those hards. He's just going long ball a little early. You go long ball, maybe put the sauce on at the end. We'll see how that works. Professional, unfortunately, a P16. He's right at the back of the grid. You don't usually see that from him too often. but we'll see what he can do. His teammates starting 6th, Assassin and Apparatus will be on the front row. Meb and Breezy right behind, and we got Blinn with the call coming on up. It's going to be good.
Let's get ready, everyone. This is bound to be a great race here tonight for round 3 in season 12 of the Platinum class in TCR. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lights on now, and the lights go out pretty quickly there. Assassin, not a good start. Apparatus already challenging him into turn 1. Oh, a little bit of contact between the two of them now, and now Breezy coming to challenge Assassin into turn 2 as well, and he overtakes Mebby, so that is already a couple of positions made up by both of the Red Bulls. Now Sequid battling with Mebby into turn 3 and 4. Mebby cutting the grass there, must have gotten a warning for that one. And now Apparatus down the inside on Assassin into turn 5 and 6. Not quite making it work there, but now Sequid is making it work, and he's going for the overtake on Mebby. They are right side by side, but here comes Sequid, and that is him up into 4th place. A lot of overtaking already happening right on lap 1.
Yeah, it's been aggressive, but fair, and it's been clean. Meb back down the inside on Sequid in the hairpin. It's been a little back and forth on the opening lap. Sequid with a better traction on the outside on the Aston Martin tonight, reserving. But all clean so far.
Here comes Mebby. He was thinking about pulling out on Sequid there, but we don't have DRS just yet. And they go around, the last chicane for the first time, and Sequid there getting a better run than Breezy. And now they are both side by side into turn 1. A little bit of wheel banging there. Sequid around the outside now of the corner, and Breezy keeping his position, but Sequid still challenging and still pressuring, and he managed to get up into 3rd place. Sequid now onto the podium.
Yeah, that's a risk Breezy does not need to take. Let Sequid by in a few. He's hoping in a few laps by he hits the wall. That's a veteran move by Breezy. Just let him by. You don't want to take too risk too soon. Only lap 2. Little caution in the back. It's Landon and Bats Plus coming together. And a penalty for Landon. The game has given a 5-second penalty. We also had Cameron in the AlphaTauri, had some contact earlier on, and he actually had to go into the pits, change some damage. He's on the hard tires now, so he's 16th and 14th with the AlphaTauris with a few collisions in the back.
And we will have DRS enabled on the next time that we cross the finish line here in just a moment. Assassin leading the race with Apparatus in 2nd place. Sequid in 3rd, Breezy in 4th, Mabby dropping down to 5th. And then we have Chatty Duck in 6th, Bamboo in 7th, KGB Black Angel in 8th place. We have Zeppelin in 9th and Stanley in 10th place. And everybody is very, very close to each other. Looks like Bamboo and Chatty.
Yeah.
They are right side by side into turn 3 and 4, but Bambuki there letting him through for now. He did not want to get tangled with anyone in that corner, and of course there's not enough space to go on the outside, as was proven to us in real life by Sebastian Vettel getting that penalty. And also you can very easily get a warning or a penalty in this game going a little bit wide through that corner. Looking a little bit ahead now, Breezy, he is in 4th right now. He just dropped a position to Sequid the lap before, but he's going to have DRS here in just a moment after the end of the hairpin, and we'll see if he'll be able to catch up to Sequid on this next little bit of the track. Sequid does not have DRS on the Apparatus in front of him.
It's crucial for the top runners here to just get in a nice groove. It's very easy to get penalties, as Apparatus just picked up now, and it's so easy to hit damage. The walls are very close, and you don't want to be getting damage or penalties. Take yourself out of the race too soon. Just get in a nice rhythm. It's a long race, a lot of strategy, and if you do that right, it'll come back to you in the end.
Stanley and Zeppelin there. Stanley making the move around turn 2. He's going to be on the outside of the corner, and he still makes it stick. And that is Stanley up into 9th place. And here comes Mebby with the DRS on Breezy. Not quite making it work, as Breezy himself has DRS on Secret in front of him. So for now, these guys are all pretty much where they are, but Apparatus already with a 3-second penalty to his name. that is not going to help him out here tonight. I'm sure the gaps are going to be very, very tight until the very end of this race. Oh, Breezy, a little bit of a wiggle there on the exit of turn 14 at the last chicane. Attacking on Sequit there. We have a FYKV going into the pits after only 3 laps on a medium tire. I'm not sure if maybe he got some damage.
Hit the back, yeah, he hit the back of Zeppelin, the McLaren, into the final corner, just too close into the braking zone. And he just hit the back of him and then went right into the pit lane, a little too close to the car in front. That took him out of that battle right there. It was a nice little battle, a nice little train forming in the back and also the front. Prattis is now falling a little bit farther back than Possession, 2.5 seconds the gap. He also picked up a penalty, and it looks like Sequit and the other guys behind are now within DRS, and he is now under threat from the guys behind. We'll see if Sequit can do anything into turn 1, a little too far back, and the other guys as well, a little too far back for this attempt, but Sequit gets a nice run, turn 1, turn 2, nice traction. He's going to set up a move, watch it.
Here he comes, here comes Sequit, down the inside into turn 3. Oh, the little touch of the wall on the exit, and now a Prattis coming around the outside into the next set of corners, and then he gets a little bit deep, and now Sequit for the switchback around the back. Man. He's not going to have the DRS, a Prattis is going to have the DRS in this case, but what an exchange of positions there. That was a pretty nice battle.
I don't think Sequit picked up damage. I think that was a clean move. If anything, very light damage. But into the hairpin, they're so close. You got to watch the break-in. And Breezy down the inside on his teammate.
And behind them is Mebby as well. Very, very close. I was just going to mention that Breezy and Mebby were battling between the two of them as a Prattis and Sequit were battling. But now it's a little bit of a foursome here coming into the Wall of Champions. The 2 Red Bulls are going to be side by side going in. No, 1 Red Bull's going into the pits. So maybe that was a calculated move there, a maneuver designed by the Red Bulls. Here comes the other Red Bull of Breezy on Assassin, on Sequit, sorry, into turn 1, and that is an overtake there by Breezy into P2.
Out.
No, Mebby is out.
They tangled. Sequit and
safety
Meb
car.
tangled.
Safety car is deployed on lap 7 of this race, and Mebby there making a little bit of contact, what looked like with, I think it was Sequit, and then into the wall he went.
Yeah, Sequit kind of washed him out wide, thought he can take the racing line, but Meb was still there. He was not clear at all. It's had a full tire alongside, and the rear wheel of Sequit and the front of Meb had some contact, and Sequit was lucky enough not to get damage, I don't think, but Meb clear out of this race. It's risks like that. Yeah, I'm going to say I don't think they need to be taking those risks. It looks like they're having a lot of fun out there.
And I can report, actually, Sequit does have damage. He is missing a front end plate on the left-hand side of his car. So he is... he's in a tough position right now as Assassin comes into the pits. Right from the lead, Sequit is going to come in as well. Breezy is going to come in. So I think everybody is going to be making their pit stops right now to switch over to a medium set of tires, especially those guys who've been running around on a soft tire. Now, what do the medium runners do? Stanley does not pit. Stanley's going to continue on, and so is Deathwish Tricky. Sequit is changing his front wing, and that is actually a pretty good decision to do that right now under the safety car. You're going to lose a lot of time anyways. You might as well lose the least amount of positions when everybody else has to follow a delta on their screens. So we have Assassin came back out in second place. He only lost the 1 position to the medium tire runners. That is absolutely incredible. So far, things are going pretty good for Assassin here tonight. But behind him, he's also got now Breezy and Bambuki, who came out in 5th and 6th who are sort of the next net runners in this race. This turning out to be pretty good.
Absolutely, it's been great so far. Possession had a gap big enough to the guys behind where he did. Yeah, just come out P2. A lot of drivers pitted, which also helped him. If there was more guys on the alternate strategy, he probably would have more drivers to overtake, but only Stanley out in front. Apprentice, biggest loser right there. He pitted right before the safety car came out, and now he's down in 9th place, as is Sequit with the damage. So they're the biggest losers, and the biggest of all is Meb because he's out of the race. This brings a little bit Bats Plus, Cameron, Landon, Fike, some of these other drivers that had issues. Now they'll be right up to the end of the pack, so it gives them a chance to get back into it. And with the loss of Meb and Apprentice and Sequit down the order, it opens the door for some other guys like maybe Bambuki or Chatty, some Canadian of Chatty, maybe KGB to snag a podium here late. It opens the door up for a few drivers.
Yeah, so as it stands right now, we're looking at the position changes so far in this race. Stanley gaining 10 positions, Deathwish 9, and 007 12. Two of those drivers, Stanley and Deathwish, I'm pretty sure have not made their stops yet, but I think 007 already has. No, 007 hasn't made a stop yet either. And then looking at the rest of the position changes, Chatty Duck, Black Angel, Apprentice. Apprentice lost quite a few positions, came out in 9th place after making a pit stop there. Very interesting situations right now. Sequit also came out in 10th place, so he's going to have quite a few people to overtake. But, of course, Passassin has already made a stop, whereas Stanley and Deathwish have not. Oh, and a little bit of a penalty there, yeah.
Oh, no, something weird's happening with the safety car, I think. Chatty... Man, Chatty just passed. What is... Whoa. Is this actually him? I'm so confused. He let Breezy and Bambuki by, and then he comes past them and he sideswipes them.
We've also got a couple of 5-second penalties coming for contact on the safety car. Yeah,
Chatty's disconnected. Yeah, that could have been some lag there. But I don't know if Breezy or Bambuki picked up damage because Chatty came right past the two of them. You might even see it again. And he just sideswiped both of them. I don't know. Looks like they're both clean.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate there for Chatty with another disconnection. He's been having some internet problems in a lot of races. Hopefully he gets that one figured out and fixed because he's got quite a bit of pace here tonight. And he could be in for a good finish. But looking at those penalties that got handed out,
now.
It was Breezy, Bambuki, those two guys got 5-second penalties for contact under the safety car. Gonna be very interesting to see if those get removed, but if they have to make another pit stop in this race, they're gonna have to serve them.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I mean, yeah, they probably will get removed because there's no reason for them to be, they didn't do anything wrong. But yeah, if they serve the penalty, we have nothing we can do. If it's served in game, that's right off on us. So it is a stop go. So if they do pit again, they will need to serve it. That's going to hurt Breezy and Bambuki. So that might even take him out of contention for the podium, which it's really harsh. It's like he's just there minding his own business, and I think it was just Chatty's disconnected car kind of gave him the penalties. It was very weird.
Safety car will be coming in on this lap, on lap 10, so we will get restarted on lap 11 of 35. Still 24 laps to go here tonight in Canada at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And so far, the Canadians are not doing so well here tonight. I think the top Canadian that we've got right now is Chatty Duck.
It'd be Chatty, yeah.
Yeah, so, and he's having some internet issues, but hopefully those are passed as we now round up the last chicane. Passassin and Stanley get restarted here. Let's see if there's going to be any action into turn 1. Doesn't look like it. Passassin is going to keep behind, but there is action behind them. It looked like Breezy was going to make a move on 007 there for a second. They came quite close to each other, but no moves happening just yet. Now we go through turn.
Very close. spot in behind Stanley.
Assassin now, no DRS just yet, as we've just come off a safety car, so he's going to have to wait for a little bit. Breezy on 007, he's really looking for the move there as soon as he can, but not enough space on this occasion just yet. Cameron gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings with the strict corner cutting rules here tonight. Here comes Breezy down the inside of the hairpin, and he makes a beautiful overtake there on 007, moves himself up into 4th place.
Yeah, Assassin did an identical move into the hairpin. He was able to get Stanley for 1st. And if Assassin could just stay clean, should be able to increase the gap on the guys behind on the reverse strategy. Breezy's got to clear this traffic. Practice another penalty. A few penalties now picking up from a few drivers. Sequit making some moves in the back as well, up to 13th. He's on the hard, so he's going to the end of the race if it stays green.
Breezy closing up on Deathwish Tricky as well. He's right on his rear wing with those new medium tires. They're much newer than Deathwish Tricky's, about 7 laps younger, and that is definitely showing on the pace right now. Breezy is trying to look for a move. No DRS on this little straight here just yet. We will have DRS on the next lap, but Breezy is not waiting around. Is he going to make another one of those moves down the inside into the hairpin? Let's take a look. No, he's not quite close enough this time around, but he gets a pretty good exit either way and keeps close to Deathwish Tricky until the next lap, when he's going to have that rear wing flap available to be lowered, and the DRS advantage. Here comes Bambuki down the inside of 007.
Oh, Breezy, big mistake. Spun in the last chicane. He's got a wide. Oh, he hits
oh my God!
He's upside down.
And a big crash there. There was a couple of other cars that got tangled up in that. Oh my geesh. Breezy upside down. Another safety car is out. We have another car. Bambuki is out as well. He got tangled up with that car. But wow, that was a huge crash and upside down. Just like, I think it was Kevin Magnussen in, I think it was either Abu Dhabi or Bahrain, one of those races where he got flipped upside down. Pretty sure it was in Abu Dhabi a couple of years back. So that just puts this race completely on its head.
You don't usually see that from Breezy, but I think what happened, I don't think he was trying to make a move on Deathwish. I think he was trying to slide in right behind. I think he had some rear locking, and that's what caused him to spin into the hairpin, because he hit the apex and his car was horizontal. He went for a full spin, hit the back of his car into the wall of champions, which is, you don't usually see a car spun at the apex. So that's my only thing. Either he lost the back end, or maybe it was the rear locking, and then Bambuki just, you know, he was already committed. You can't do anything in that situation. A bunch of drivers are pitting, fixing damage, switching strategies. Stanley, Deathwish, and Professional on the reverse. Oh
wow,
my God,
that was
shocked.
Yeah, that was a huge
Breezy.
crash.
You don't see that from a 2-time champion. That's my only thinking and logical sense is he had some rear locking potentially, because he was horizontal at the apex. I mean, all by himself. Deathwish broke very nicely in front. Stanley as well. Nothing got caught off. The braking board, everything was fine and dandy. I don't know what just happened.
it was absolutely crazy. I mean, you said he spun, and I just switched over to him as a big pack of cars were coming through the last chicane, and then we saw Bambuki smashing into him, and then a lot of other cars got tangled up in that incident as well. Stanley and Deathwish Tricky switched over to hard tires, and we also have Sequit still running on the hard tires out there as well. So a lot of mixed strategies going on here tonight. But I was going to say, Seafreeze, make sure you put yourself a little tick somewhere for tonight to make sure that that one makes it into the top wrecks at the end of the season.
You definitely, that even might be close to the top 5. It might even be number 1, but we have a bunch of races left to go. That was a huge wreck, though. I mean, Breezy was, whew, he was upside down. Hanging like a cow, little Hulkenberg style. Pratis goes into the pits. He's going to have to serve a penalty. No, I think that
he's got
just
damage.
a 3 second.
He just got damage on the entry into the pits. He was behind the safety car. I think he locked up the rear brakes and touched the wall. And he's changing his front wing, changing strategy. He did not serve. He did serve his penalty as well, or did he? I don't think he did.
I don't know if he has one. I think it might just be a 3 second penalty.
Oh yeah, 6 second actually. He's got 2 3 second.
Oh okay, yeah, that explains it. Yeah, Pratis, man, he was in prime position up to P second now, back 11th. That safety car really helped him out, and he just kind of dropped the ball. As did his teammate Alfa Romeo's 12th and 13th. They went nowhere in that exchange outside the points. Hopefully they can get back in him with the medium tires. Yeah, a few guys on hards. Landon into the points. That's going to be nice for him. He's 8 laps on those mediums. Bats plus up. But look at Cameron. Cameron was nowhere in this race, pretty much took himself out early in the opening lap. Now he's up to P3, does have a penalty. Let's see, only a 6 second. And it's the 2 Mercedes of Possassin and FYKV that's going to get us going here. Possassin, if he could just stay out in front, he's going to dodge all the mess behind him. He's the only one that can lose him this race today. He just got to keep doing what he's doing. He's going to let the safety car roll in, and once it does, it's going to be up to him to get this. 13 drivers underway in the green.
So we're going to get restarted once again on lap 16 of 35 here tonight at the Canadian Grand Prix after our second safety car, after what was a huge crash between Breezy, Bambuki, and a couple of other cars that got tangled up with that. But look at this, a really great restart here from Cameron. He's already putting a move on FYKV into turn 1. As we go green, they're going to be side by side, and they're going to touch a little bit there. But FYKV is keeping position for now. Cameron's going to have to hang back in 3rd place. He's thinking about going the outside of turn 3. That was not a good overtaking place either way. Zeppelin makes up a position on Sequid up into 4th place. Very interesting. Sequid comes back at him into the next sequence of corners, but then gets a little bit wide there, and Zeppelin switches back on him once again, back up into P4. Very exciting on the restart there. A lot of drivers pressuring each other for position after our second safety car.
Yeah, Bats Plus actually made a mistake and promoted Zeppelin and Sequid up 2 positions. He cut the grass kind of Sebastian Vettel style in those corners, but got away with no damage. And we had a few moves into the hairpin. Landon, Death Wish, Pratis making some moves. The Alpine of who's that? KGB. It's a mess back here.
There's a big pack of cars coming into the last chicane and into the wall of champions, and it seems like everybody got through pretty cleanly there. Pratis backed out of his move on KGB. He's going to probably wait until the DRS gets re-enabled again. And even though those Alfa Romeos are at the back, these guys are not too far away from the points at all. I mean, this pack of cars that they're following are challenging all the way up to P8, so anything can still happen here today, and we're only at the halfway mark of this race right now, and we've already had 2 safety cars, so who knows what else could come until the end of this race. Let's jump back to the front here. Possassin pulled out a 4-second gap on Cameron already, and he is leading this one pretty comfortably right now. As mentioned in the comments by Stephen Jones, that Possassin was really the only winner out of that whole mess, and I absolutely agree with him on that one. Oh, another change of positions there. KGB Black Angel on CSR Landon, or SCR Landon, sorry, and he is up into P9 now. SCR Landon very close behind though, and still putting on a lot of pressure, and DRS is now enabled.
This has been a great race for just halfway. We still have a long way left in this race. Cameron was able to get past FYKV for second, so he's going to be following up Possassin a few seconds down the road. A bunch of positions changing up in the back with Landon and Deathwish, KGB. Now they have the DRS enabled. It's only going to get better. The Alfa Romeos, yeah, they're not back there for because they're slow. They just in that exchange of pit stops just didn't work out for them, but they can definitely get back into it as Chatty on Landon down the back straightaway. He's going to pick up a move here. Should be a nice easy move, so he's up to P10.
And Sequid into the hairpin on Zeppelin, who got a bad run out of turn 10, and that is Sequid up into P4 on that hard tire. He's really making it work.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, right? If he can get to the end, Possess will need to do another pit stop. He has a gap to do it and probably gain the positions back.
And he's right on the rear wing of FYKV already. He is not wasting any time whatsoever in this race. I think he's trying to do the best he can with those hard tires while they're actually delivering really good pace around this track. Sequid does have a penalty to his name. How much? It's a 5-second. So I think it might have been for some contact, possibly under the safety car. If he doesn't pit again, he will get that one removed.
Sorry, I interrupt. Chatty had a nice move on Deathwish. He just snagged that from a mile back. He was able to get up to P9. Nice. Chatty's making some moves here. Watch out for Chatty. He had a disconnection earlier, and now he's back in it. Professional picks up a move on Deathwish into the hairpin, spin around the outside.
Let's see if he's able to keep that position. Deathwish is going to have the inside on the exit of the hairpin. Which one of them is going to have the DRS? Are they both going to have the DRS? Deathwish is going to... Yeah, they both have DRS. So they have a little bit of a train going. Oh, it looks like Sequid got around FYKV there. And now FYKV is under attack from Zeppelin, and Zeppelin overtakes FYKV as well. I think FYKV might have gotten a bad run through the last chicane.
Yeah, Sequid had the move actually done before the last corner, and then Fike just had a poor exit, and that promoted Zeppelin up to P4. So those two positions right there. Sequid, though, doing good. P3. He has Zeppelin to watch out behind him. He's got the medium tire on. But if he could stay out ahead, as Possassin picks up a crucial penalty here, and then it won't hurt his race extremely, but it'll definitely make things a little closer.
Yeah, absolutely. But I was going to say, there is so much action going on right now. I'm sorry for not able to keep up with all of it all the time, but there is a lot of drivers making moves right now, with the DRS being re-enabled after the second restart, after the second safety car. Chatty Duck lining up a move on KGB Black Angel. He was getting close there. He was within about 0.3 of a second, but KGB also has DRS on Stanley in front of him. And Stanley gaining some time on Bats Plus now. Into the last chicane, another DRS zone right on the exit there. Is he going to be able to make a move into turn 1? Here comes Stanley. He's going to look to the outside. He's going to pressure. Oh, there's a little bit of touching, a little bit of contact there. But Stanley still pressuring on the outside of the corner. And for now, Bats Plus keeps P6.
Yeah, a little team v team battle. The Alpines and Alfa Romeos trying to pick up on Bats Plus and the little old AlphaTauri. This is going to get good. Holding on for now. Bats Plus 14 laps on the medium. Got the Alpines and Alfa Romeos right behind, and a little DRS train. Let's see who comes out on top.
Quick moment here to mention our affiliate sponsor, Fanatec. Check out the link in the description of our video. If you guys are interested in getting some Fanatec equipment, you'll be supporting the league in doing so as well. And also check out the link to our website where you can sign up to race together with us and all of these drivers in one of our classes, silver, gold, or platinum. Check them out. All the description of all the assists and everything else is in the website. Cameron has retired. Out. Cameron
last
has...
corner.
Where is he?
It's a Kevin Magnussen style.
Yep. He did a Kevin. And another safety car. We have safety car number 3, Chatty Duck, Deathwish, and Landon pitting. Chatty going for a soft tire, so he's going to have to do about 11 laps on that one once we get restarted. That's going to be calling it a little bit close. Deathwish decides to go for a medium, so does Landon. Very interesting. Now, looking at the front, what do we got going on here? We've got Sequid on a 14-lap old medium tire. He's got a huge gap to Sequid behind him, almost 12 seconds. So I am expecting him to come into the pits as well, and probably Sequid, but Sequid with that 5 seconds, he's going to have to serve it if he comes into the pits. That's going to be very interesting to see what those two drivers decide to do right now.
Yeah, I'd like to see Sequid stay out. He's on the hards, and he's got Zeppelin, Fike, and Bats on older tires, and Stanley and KG on similar tires. So I think Sequid could stay out. Assassin is into the pits. He's going to lose a lot of positions here, though. I suspect him to drop down probably around where the Alpines and Alfa Romeos are.
I don't know. He had a 12.6 second gap coming into the pits. Sequid stays out, so Sequid will overtake Assassin for the lead of the race, but I think Assassin is going to keep P2.
Yeah, because a few other drivers came into the pits, so that actually helped out Assassin here, not losing only one position. So that worked out beautifully for Assassin. If Zeppelin, Fike, and Bax and Stanley didn't pit, it would have been a different story, let's say. But it's not over yet. I mean, Assassin, yes, he's on the soft tire. Those can go to the end. Sequid can go to the end on those hard tires. Thing is, you got to get past Sequid. And that seems like the problem, to get past Sequid. We already had seen contact with him and Meb in turns 2, which took Meb out of the race. I don't know whose fault it really was. It was more of a racing dealio, but Assassin still has to do an overtake. But luckily for him, he only got to do it on one car. But it is in Sequid. He's a proven race winner, so we'll see what Sequid can do in the defense. That promotes KGB, though, up onto a podium spot into third, into the podium positions if he could hold on. Professional as well. From started 16th in this race, he's up to 4th. Beautiful from him if he can hold on. He's got a few guys behind him. We have Zeppelin on the mediums, fresh mediums, and a few drivers on the softs. You got Fike, Chatty went into the pits, as well as Stanley and Bats Plus. And Deathwish and Landon only have 1 lap on their mediums. So a bunch of guys behind going to be threatening with some fresh rubber, and only a few drivers out in front. Professional KGB and Sequid is going to be on older tires, so we'll see how that tire differential will be. But if you pit now, no matter what tire you go on, you can get to the end. So this is go time. I think once this safety car comes in, it's a dash to the end.
And of course, also important to mention, Sequid has a 5-second penalty. Assassin and KGB each have a 3-second penalty. And then Chatty Duck, Stanley, Deathwish, and Apparatus. Apparatus actually has a 6 second, but Deathwish, Stanley, and Chatty have 3 seconds of penalties to their name as well. And this safety car is going to bunch up everyone back together again. So 007 might be in a run for a podium here tonight. We will have to wait and see. But the most interesting part, as you mentioned, is definitely going to be the fact that we have a couple of different strategies of tires going on in the top 6 or so. You know, we have a hard tire for Sequid, a soft for Assassin, another hard for Black Angel. We have 007 on a medium, Zeppelin on a medium, and FYKV on a soft. And safety car will be coming in this lap. So no more speculating. Let's see how this one is going to play out. We're going to have 10 laps to go until the end of this race here tonight in round 3 of season 12 of the Platinum class here at Canada. Let's get ready for another restart. Sequid is going to be leading us out. He's taking it nice and slow until the last chicane, and now he goes for it. And it looks like Assassin got a pretty good restart on Sequid. Sequid is already weaving around to try and break the toe into turn 1. Nobody's close enough to make any moves. Maybe Stanley might be, but he wasn't quite close enough there. Oh, Sequid almost overtaking there on Assassin. Assassin has already jumped Sequid. What happened?
Yeah, just a pure traction right around the outside. Sequid was standing still. I mean, he's on the 15-lap old R. It's versus fresh softs. I mean, that was inevitably going to happen. Assassin is clear out in front with 10 laps to go. Yeah, it was a good move.
And now we've
got
got
a risk, but he was able to get it done.
And now we've got a train going on here of Chatty Duck, FYKV, Zeppelin, 007, and Black Angel. All of them coming into the hairpin now, super close to each other, right back to front pretty much. And we've got a lot of people trying to make moves, but nothing happening yet with no DRS enabled on the back straight. All you have to use is your battery power, and maybe if you have a lower downforce setup, you might be a little bit quicker on those straights around this track. But making it through the last chicane now for the first time, Assassin also setting a purple lap there with a 1:10.288. Very, very quick lap here tonight. Yeah, so after this third restart, all the cars are nice and close to each other. Everybody following as closely as they can. Now let's take a look at penalties again. So as it stands right now, Assassin is still technically, yeah, he's clear of Sequid. Sequid is not clear of Black Angel, of 007 and Zeppelin, so he's bound to lose about 5 positions there possibly. Black Angel might lose a couple of positions as well, so 007 and Zeppelin are still battling it out here for the podium positions tonight. This is turning out to be a great ending to this great race here, as now it looks like somebody there, it was thinking of making a move. It was FYKV. He's right on the back of Zeppelin now. He's using his battery power. He's thinking of going around the outside. He's super close to the wall there. Don't get squeezed in. This is going to be a super close one as they make it through, and FYKV had to back out of it. And here comes Chatty Duck now on FYKV, thinking around the outside into turn 1. Oh, a big touch there between the two wheels of FYKV and Chatty Duck, but Chatty Duck keeps it on track.
And Stanley almost went past Chatty as well. He went down the inside, but Chatty was able to hold on to Stanley for 7th. So, and that's a tough situation. I've said it multiple times. You're trying to overtake a driver in front, and you're also trying to defend from a driver right behind. It's hard to be the middle guy. So we have another yellow. That's Death Wish. Went for a little bit of a half spin, but he's still going. Looks like no damage, so he'll be able to get back into it. Got a nice battle for the podium, though. KGB, let's look at the penalty. 3 seconds for KGB, so that's going to put Professional and Zeppelin in touch with that. If they can keep that 3 seconds. Zeppelin would probably have a better chance at it. He's 4 laps on those mediums. If he can get by Professional, we can have a Canadian on the podium.
Zeppelin closing up on 007, but not close enough just yet. He's been putting in some good laps after the restart here tonight. Let's see if he can make it work. We've got about 8 laps to go until the end of this race. Anything can still happen. Assassin 6.7 seconds up in front of Sequid in 2nd place. And then we have KGB Black Angel in 3rd, but those 3 guys all have penalties, so they all have to watch out for that and pull out some more time. And then behind them, 007, Zeppelin, FYKV, Chatty Duck, Stanley, all of them battling it out.
Oh, Chatty down the inside on, who is that? He tried to go on the inside of Fike, and he actually almost overtook Zeppelin as well. He actually hit the inside of the McLaren and lost that momentum. Now Fike is going to have an opportunity on Zeppelin's last chicane. Down the inside is Fike, and that pushes Zeppelin to cut the corner. And now this is ruining Zeppelin. He still can do it though. VSC is deployed for potentially that caution. Interesting.
Yeah,
Zeppelin
not sure
was in a good position though over Professional. He was within DRS of him, and then Chatty made a move, slowed him down, and gave Fike an opportunity to get past him. Now Fike's on soft tires, but he's got that penalty of 3 seconds, so it's going to put a hinder into Zeppelin to get to that podium. As Landon drive-through penalty for speeding, did not adhere to the delta, And he will need to serve this before the end of the race. Chatty, what's with Chatty? Oh, no wing on Chatty. Chatty, he's got no wing. He must have hit the wall by himself in one of those corners.
And there goes FYKV, on 007.
A lot of stuff's happening.
Up into P4 there. Fike is now up another position, but he also has a 3-second time penalty, and Sequent now has 8 seconds of penalties in total. Lots of penalties being handing out, and now as SCR Landon gets a 5-second speeding into the pit lane as well. Stanley with 8 seconds. We have Afradis with 6 seconds of penalties. A lot of penalties for at the end of this race to see how this race actually ends and what sort of positions are going to be changed due to that. And this battle in the mid-pack is still going on between Black Angel, FYKV, 007, Zeppelin. Stanley is a little bit dropped out of it now, but this is a great battle and it's been going on for quite a few laps now. And of course, this possibly could be the battle for the podium positions because the front 4 guys all have penalties.
Yeah, and Sequent's got 8 seconds of them, so, you know. Sequent drops from KG, because Sequent's not even going to place. He needs to build up himself a gap to where he can limit the damage. Because he is 8 seconds, he's about 2.5 above KGB. And then you have them, so it's going to be close, but yeah, Sequent's going to have to pull out a little bit more than that. The Assassin's still doing great out ahead. Very nice, clean race by himself. 10-second gap. He does have a penalty, but only 3 seconds. And if it stays just like this, and if you could keep it out of the wall, and just kind of cruise to the end, it should be his to grab. It would be his first win of Season 12, and it'd be only his second win in TCR. His actual first win was last season at this very track. So he's going to have 2 wins if he could keep it at Canada, and it seems like he just loves this track.
Absolutely, I love this track as well. It is absolutely beautiful, always delivers really great racing, and it's one of those classical tracks where, you know, you don't need the DRS or the ERS really. You can overtake in a lot of different places and create opportunities pretty much all around here, but the 3 different DRS zones definitely help you out as well. As we're watching now, Zeppelin, he keeps on trying to look for a move on 007, but it's hard to make when 007 also has DRS on the car in front. So this one is going to keep on going there. Passassin now 12 seconds clear of Secret. That is quite a big gap that he's pulled out in about 5 laps after we got restarted here. And now we've only got 3 more laps to go. FYKV closing up on Black Angel. He's been right on his wing for the last couple of laps, but just hasn't been able to get around him. So we are going on with this battle for another lap. They're going to be coming into another DRS zone here in just a second after the hairpin. FYKV, let's see if he can get a good run this time around. Jumping on board with him now. He's coming into the DRS zone. He opens up the wing. He's right on the back of KGB. And he's going to go for the move there on the right-hand side. This is going to be the inside into turn 13. Oh, little touch there of KGB on the back end of FYKV, but he manages to keep it clean and no damage overall. 007 gained a little bit of extra time because of that slowdown there.
Yeah, even though this is for third, this might even be for second as well. With Sequent's penalty, we'll have to do the calculations, and that's why I hate all these penalties. It just makes it more confusing, right? We don't know where these battles are actually going to end up. But Fike's 2 seconds back from Sequent. And KGB now just loses touch with DRS. He's going to be under threat by Professional. Actually, he was able to just snag DRS on the back straight from Fike ahead. He's got Professional and still Zeppelin, so a few laps left. This could even be for second or third, depending how it shakes up.
Yeah, either way, this has been a great battle to watch in this mid-pack. These guys have been super close to each other. They've kept it clean. They've made some really good moves. And I am very excited to see how this one is going to end up. But yeah, Zeppelin keeps on closing up to the rear end of 007, but just not close enough to make anything happen. And also around Canada, I did notice that sometimes when you get stuck behind somebody with DRS, their dirty air is even worse than it normally would be. So it's really hard to just jump out of it and go, dive down the inside and try to make anything work, because you have no downforce on the front end, especially with no assist in the Platinum class. So very exciting race so far. We've had 3 safety cars. We've had a couple of DNFs here. Cameron, Bambuki, Breezy, and Mebi. We have a yellow flag now for, I think, Deathwish Tricky losing his car.
Yeah, no wing.
Oh, so
no
another...
wing, just like Chatty Duck a few laps earlier. I don't know where he lost it. Oh, big mistake. Fike spun it. Oh, that took him right out of the podium. And I don't know the stats offhand. Oh, he's stuck on the curb.
Oh my god. He is. He's spinning his tires.
He can use the reset if he's actually stuck.
This is the first time I've ever seen anything like that, but he's stuck on the sausage curb, and he's been disqualified for parking in a dangerous position. That is the end of the race for Fike. What a race we've had. We've had that massive crash where Breezy got flipped upside down. We've had Fike disqualified for getting stuck on a sausage curb on the exit of a corner after spinning his car. This has been one of the most exciting Grand Prix I've seen, and probably the most exciting one of Season 12 so far.
Absolutely. I mean, what do you expect, Blin? This curb is like 15 feet high. Fike puts his floorboard is just flat on it, both wheels up off the ground. And he's spinning them. Nothing's moving because the wheels aren't in contact. He's just stuck in this big sausage curb. That happens a lot at Australia as well. I think turn 4 or 5. One of those are quite big. You get right up on there, and the wheels just lose contact. And he was up there. He would have been on the podium. I don't know if he's ever had a podium, but it's Bassassin who takes the win here today. Is second in TCR and is second at Canada. A nice controlling victory by Bassassin Sequit. Let's see if he can hold on to second with that penalty. Zeppelin, the Canadian, crosses the line. He's going to be second on the podium. And third, though, Professional goes second. It's going to be Bassassin, Professional, and Zeppelin. Oh, man. Sequit dropped all the way down to 6th.
Yeah, we got caught up there a little bit in all the incidents and all the action that we've had here tonight. But Bassassin on the top step of the podium with the win here tonight. His first one of Season 12, his second win in his TCR career, and well-deserved. 18 seconds clear of 007 behind. He was absolutely dominant there in the closing stages after the third restart, after the third safety car. Bassassin worked this one absolutely beautifully, and he is the winner here tonight. Driver of the day goes to 007, and very deserving so. 007 started down the grid and ended up second on the podium after all of the penalties were counted. And we do have a Canadian in Canada on the third step of the podium. That is the McLaren of Zeppelin. So congratulations to those 3 guys spraying the champagne right now. I'm sure Seafreeze is already trying to invite them into our voice chat so we can hear from them in the post-race interviews. But before all of that, let's get these guys to celebrate. They are very deserving of this celebration. And looking at the finishing positions here tonight, it is Bassassin with the win, 007 in second place, Zeppelin in third, Black Angel in fourth. We have Bats Plus managing to recover from 15th to 5th place. And also to mention, of course, 007 started 16th, right at the back of the grid, recovering to 2nd place. Beautiful drive from 007 there. Sequit in 6th place, Stanley in 7th, Chatty Duck in 8th. Pratis gets a couple of points for 9th place there. And Deathwish Tricky gets the last point here tonight in 10th. SCR Landon in 11th. And then from there, we had the DNFs of Cameron, Bambuki and Breezy, of course, with that massive crash on the last chicane, and he got flipped upside down there. Maybe DNF'd in 15th place, and FYKV getting stuck on a sausage curb and getting disqualified from the race. I mean, what else could we have asked for in tonight's race?
I mean, that's a way to go out, Bled. I mean, you know, this one crashed out, this one got taken out, this one the wheel popped off, and yeah, FYKV out of the race due to stuck on sausage curb. Oh man. And Jones said in the comments, it's so appropriate for FYKV, out of all people, to get stuck on the curb like that. It was either him and Jones. I'll add Sequid into the pile as well. It's out of anyone that would happen to, it's either FYKV or Sequid. No one else would that happen to. But it was so appropriate. Man, he was in prime position for the podium. And yeah, the sausage curb tonight. Got him. It's hilarious.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I mean, all in general, this was an incredible race. There was so much craziness going on everywhere. So if you guys missed out on it, definitely rewind, rewatch. If you're one of the drivers of Platinum class, I very much recommend watching this race, because this was an absolute classic. One to go into the books of TCR. Definitely the best race so far of Season 12. And I'm really glad that I got to commentate on that one. But now, jumping into the post-race interviews with our podium finishers, I think I did see our P3 finisher, Elias Zeppelin, joining us in the booth here. Can you hear us, Zeppelin?
Nope, I think we just have professional. Nope. I have. Let me add him in the Discord. Let me see. I did send him invites. Let's see if we get him here.
All right, well, I mean, if we have professional, I'll jump over to professional then in the Alfa Romeo. Oh, there's Zeppelin. He just joined in now. All right, Zeppelin, can you hear us? All right, perfect. Well, congratulations on that P3 finisher tonight. It was a little bit crazy at the end there with the penalties to be counted in. You know, we weren't really sure on who's going to end up on that top step or, you know, on the top two steps there. But you ended up getting P3. Good finish for you. Second points finish of the season. You only had a couple of points before this one. How you feeling after that one?
Sorry to interrupt. I don't know if your audio is going through, Zeppelin. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, I don't think we can hear you on stream. Can you make sure your voice chat is sharing? All right. Sorry, everyone. We're just going to give Zeppelin a minute here to get that set up so you guys can hear him, because that was a great race from him, and we definitely want you to hear what he's got to say. All right, I think we're... It could be in your... Yeah, it could be in your party settings, so you might want to check that. There might be an option, like a quick option there, or you might have to go into your, like, big settings and try to find them there. Here, we'll give you a minute to do that for now. Let's jump over to 007 and the Alfa Romeo. And we'll hear from him. 007, P2 from P16 from the back of the grid. That was pretty exciting. Tell us about it from your standpoint.
God, that was a crazy race. I don't really know what to say. I didn't even know I started P16. Was it really that low?
You were last.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks. That. Wow. Okay. Then that's definitely what a great drive tonight. Yeah, I was just confused, like the whole race, of what was really going on. I didn't know really where I was. I just knew that I had 2 warnings, and I got my second warning from the first safety car, just not really paying attention. And so I had to drive most of the race with already 2 warnings, couldn't really run off the track. and just try to take opportunities. I actually did have a tire mess up, so I think I pit under the I pit after the first safety car, but crew chief put me on used soft tires instead of new medium tires, so I had to pit again under the safety car and just kind of work my way back through the field, and the penalties obviously helped. And yeah, once I saw that Zeppelin got that 3-second time penalty, I just kind of backed off the last lap and a half or so and just kind of brought it home, since I knew that would play a part in the final result. But yeah, it was a fun race, just kind of crazy.
Yeah, pretty crazy, I would say. I mean, 3 safety cars, that huge crash with Breezy. Did you get a chance to see what happened there?
Well, I was actually in the middle of that, so entering the final chicane, I saw a Red Bull just completely not go through the final part of it correctly, and then just stopped in front of me, and I knew it was over. Then I thought I was just going to retire and lose a wheel or two, and I think I managed to avoid most of it, but still got some massive wing damage. I know Chatty behind me also was involved in that as well, so that's when I had to pit because the safety car obviously came out, and that's when crew chief put me on the wrong tires. And at that point I thought it was over. I thought, might as well just retire. Oh, and I did get this. I don't know if any of you guys have had this happen on in a league race, but I had yellow wing damage on the rear wing, and so I thought about just retiring. And
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it was weird. It was yellow wing damage on the rear, and so I kept going to see how it would affect the handling. Even under the safety car, it didn't feel great. It just felt a little slidey, kind of more weightless. But once the green flag went, just kept on going, tried to be a bit more precise and not try to throw the car into the corners, and ended up having some really good pace. And then obviously the last safety car came in, and I stayed on the medium tire since I was good to go, and P4, and just kind of battled with Zeppelin and whoever the other guy was, I forgot. So
Seafreeze, your questions.
Yeah, well, first off, I've never seen a guy so happy that he received yellow rear wing damage. That might be a first. My original question was, did you get past all these incidents damage-free? But now I know you got quite a bunch of damage. So I'll have to reverse my question to, well, firstly, nice to talk to you, and I always like these performances you pull. You really pull them right out of the hat, out of nowhere.
I still got it.
Yeah, I never said you didn't. Firstly, congratulations. That was a really good drive. I guess my question would be, do you think these drives from you and some other guys in the field, it seems like this game, this season, it's more drive to survive, really. I mean, a lot of drivers making mistakes, the cars are harder, increased competition, all this stuff. With you being able to finish a race like this where it's just crazy, is that more down to experience? Is that more down to luck? Is that more down to speed? I mean, what would you say on that regard, and just finishing races, staying out of trouble, and all of that?
I think it's definitely experience, but also luck. Today, it was about half and half. I think knowing when to push and when to just lay back, and having that mindset of it's a long race and just being consistent, trying to hit every apex, every braking zone, exactly right, and not trying to just really push every lap. But then also the luck played into it with the safety cars tonight, and penalties of other drivers that helped me get into the podium. But I think this game in general suits me better than F1 2020. I can, jump in after literally 3 laps of practice just tonight and kind of just meld with the handling and the game, and can kind of just zone in after a few laps, and it just feels great. So hopefully more of this to come this season, and maybe even another TCR win.
Oh, that'd be awesome. You haven't had that.
Don't remind me. It's been a few years.
A few years, few seasons, but yeah. I'd like to see you right back up there. I think you might get a chance this season. You're looking good.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Congratulations again on P2 to 007 there. And let's go back now over to the McLaren of Zeppelin. Zeppelin, have you had a chance to allow your voice to share?
Yeah, it should work now.
All right, perfect. Well, then let's go back to that first question that I asked. You know, it was a crazy one at the end with penalties, with things like that. Did you know that you were inbound for a podium, and how did it feel after that race?
I knew I had really good pace, and I struggled a lot in qualifying for some reason. So I was more expecting like P4, P5. Anyway, so I started P10. There was some elbow out there in on the first few laps. Got it a few times, but I knew Montreal, and with F1 2021, all the safety car we have so far this year in the season, and all the crash. I knew Montreal will probably like be 2 or 3 safety cars. So I tried to play it safe. Try to not get any penalty, which I was able to do until lap 32, I think. And after that, basically, I had really good pace at the end. It was really hard to pass Prof, KYG, FYKB, I think, and some other guy ended the RS train. But I kept all the battery high. So, and Bamboo was also on a party with me. He DNF'd badly. I saw that from the straight, but anyway, so he kept me informed a bit. So I knew on the last lap I was able to strike with fresher tire and try to get on the podium, which I was able to do. So yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you mentioned before this is your first podium in TCR. How does it feel?
Feel good. After I think almost 3 seasons. Last year I think I was P3 on the grid. I had really good pace, but I was taken out on the first turn. So yeah, doesn't look that way at the beginning of the race, but yeah, it's really just breaking the ice and be on the podium. It's great. So hopefully I'm gonna have some more until the end of the season.
Absolutely, we hope so as well. Congratulations, Seafreeze. Your questions.
Yeah, well, firstly, congrats on the podium. I actually didn't think it's your first one. You know, I'm a huge stat guy, and I'm thinking back all these races. Did Zeppelin ever get a podium ever on all these seasons? And if I'm gonna take your word on it, if it is your first, congratulations. I saw earlier in the week you were really pumped up about the Canadian Grand Prix, which I love to see drivers, you know, getting pumped up for the races, and I think you had a great mindset coming in. You really liked the track. And not only that, I've seen some speed out of you this season. You know, I think you can keep this momentum forward and compete. You know, and I like to see that with this season being harder for drivers to finish races. As long as you stay in the mix, you might even get a few more by the end of it. You look pretty strong out there. I guess my only question. I don't know. You did a really good job. You had some really good overtakes, and good battles on the stream, which I hope you look back on after the fact. And with the wreck with Breezy, how close were you to that? Because I mean, it was a big wreck.
Yeah,
I
saw the flying car. I saw the flying car from the straight. I was like, it's probably a bug or something. Like iRacing, you know, sometimes there's a car flying. So for a minute, I thought I was on iRacing, but never saw a big crash like that. And I would say I was probably like 200 meters back or something, maybe 3 or 4 cars behind. I almost crashed because there was someone on the inside trying to pass me. And I think Sequid tried to pass me between the wall on the straight while I was trying to avoid the wreck of Breezy on the straight. So yeah, it was quite close. I'm surprised that there was not more car involved in that crash, especially at that place.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, I don't really have many questions for you, but really congratulations on the first podium in TCR. It's about time, and I'm glad you were able to get it at your home race at Canada. Seeing you all pumped up for it was quite cool, and keep going. Long season. I hope to speak to you again in the post-race interviews. So congrats on that and the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, so we've heard from P2 and P3, and unfortunately, as I understand, we will not be able to hear from Assassin. But of course, congratulations to him on the win here tonight. He drove a really good race. He stayed out of all the trouble. He played the strategy quite well also. And then after the third restart of the safety car, he really pulled out with the rest of the race. He was about 18 seconds clear of P2. So congratulations to Assassin for his first win in Season 12. And hopefully we will see him do well for the rest of the season. I'm pretty sure this one's going to put him quite close to the top of the standings there, of course, with Breezy being at the top of the standings. But now he might get knocked down after having that huge crash here tonight. And I'm sure we're going to see some replays of that. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get maybe an onboard of what happened there, but that was absolutely a huge crash. And again, if you guys missed that, go back and rewatch it. But Seafreeze, I mean, your last words after that one, how do you feel?
Tired. There was one point in the Grand Prix you said, "Oh, we're at halfway point," and I'm like, "What? We're only halfway?" And the rest of the half was even more exciting. No, it was a really good battle. I wish we were able to see a little bit more longevity out of some of the drivers. From the top 5, I think back we had a lot of quality drivers in the top 5 who can go out and go for the win. Unfortunately, we had a few wrecks that caught out Meb, which also caught out Breezy, a mistake from himself. We had Pradis have some issues, and he actually disconnected and he won't be getting any points today. Sequid had a good run at it, and Assassin. And we had some good overtakes as well, good strategy, a lot of safety cars, but that always is good for us. But all in all, it was an exciting race, up and down, but Assassin dominated it. You really can't say it any other way. Congrats on that for the second win and second at Canada for himself. And next week we have an off week, come back for China, which should be interesting. A lot of places to overtake there. High speed, we haven't been there since Season 10, so that'll be interesting. And then we'll get the rest of Season 12 underway. First 3 races, 3 different winners. 2 from the Red Bulls, and now 1 from the Mercedes. So we'll see how it shakes up. Can we have a 4th different winner when we return? I'm not too sure, but all in all, I'm very pleased with the race. Definitely a lot of excitement, and yeah, we will definitely be remembering that big wreck from Breezy, and that might make a return for the Top Wrecks video at the end of the season. You can guarantee you that. But other than that, that's all I got. It was a great race. Glad I could be here commentating it with Ublin.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining me in the booth here for another commentary, another great race in TCR, Trinity Competitive Racing. Yeah, I think Seafreeze really summarized it well there. We had an exciting race. There was a lot of things going on, and it's going to be one that we will definitely remember. But for now and for the next couple of weeks, this is it from the Platinum class, and this is it from all of TCR. This week, we will be back in a couple of weeks at China, as Seafreeze mentioned there. So stay tuned for that. But until then, leave us a like, send in some more comments, check out the links in the description for our affiliate sponsor, Fanatec, if you're looking to get some sim racing equipment for yourself or for somebody else. And also check out the link there to our website, where you can find all the information you need to get signed up and race with TCR. You can check out previous statistics on all of these drivers. You can purchase some merchandise from TCR as well if you want some stickers or any of the other merch that we might be releasing later on in the season. So definitely stay tuned for all of that. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. But for Blim Machine, from Seafreeze, from everybody at TCR, thank you guys for watching this race here tonight, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time after the Labor Day break. Have a great night.